Hi guys, happy Friday. I'm going to start this week our First Read Friday. It's something that we like to do every Friday where I share a new book with you. I always tell my students to have your notebook out to your page where it says books I want to read. So that way, if you're interested in one of the books that I talk about, you can definitely save it for later. These are all books that I have in my classroom library, so if you're interested in checking any of these out, feel free. I'm going to give you guys a video next week sometime about how to check out books from my classroom library. So these are two books that are very, very popular. They fly off my shelf. I have to get several copies because the kids want them so much. And usually I only do one, but I'm thinking I might start doing two. That way there's a little bit of a range. So the first book that I am going to talk to you guys about is called Ghost Boys, and it's by Jewel Parker Rhodes. And this is a book that was recommended to me by one of my friends because I loved like The Hate U Give and Dear Martin. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the first couple pages because it's kind of like a book tasting. You get to hear it a little bit, so make sure that you pay attention. So I'm going to read you the inside of the flap. It says, "Only the living can make the world better, live and make it better. 12-year-old Jerome is shot by a police officer who mistakes his toy gun for a real threat. As a ghost, he observes the devastation that's been unleashed on his family, his friend Carlos, and his community in the wake of what they see as an unjust and brutal killing. Jeremy meets another ghost, Emmett Till. If you guys don't know who Emmett Till is, you guys will learn about him in social studies in high school. Emmett Till was, and forgive me, I'm not 100% historically accurate, but Emmett Till was a black boy that is famously known for being a victim of racism. So what had happened is he was from the north and he went down to visit his aunts and his cousins in the south, and I want to say it was in Mississippi. And what happens is supposedly, the story varies a little bit, but supposedly he went into a gas station. There's different recollections of whether he whistled at the white woman who owned it or whether he was just talking to her or whatnot. But she was obviously bothered by it due to racism. And so her husband was a Ku Klux Klan member, and they did go and take him from his aunt's house, and they did torture and kill him. And they threw his body into the river. And when they found his body, they couldn't even tell who he was because his face was so mangled. But you will learn about him in history in high school, but I always kind of like to tell the kids that because sometimes they don't know who Emmett Till is. So he does meet the ghost of Emmett Till, which is a real person, and Emmett helps him process what has happened on a journey towards recognizing how historical racism may have led to the events that ended his life. He also meets Sarah, the daughter of the police officer who grapples with her father's actions. And so I really like this book. The kids really liked it because it's a really quick read. It's super short. And so I like that it kind of goes back between like when he was dead and when he's alive. So I'm going to read you just the first couple pages. See, like it doesn't look super like big and extensive. How small I look. Laid out flat, my stomach touching ground. My right knee bent and my brand new Nikes stained with blood. I stoop and stare at my face, my right cheek flattened on concrete. My eyes are wide open, my mouth too. I'm dead. I thought I was bigger, tough, but I'm just a bit of nothing. My arms are outstretched like I was trying to fly like Superman. I'd barely turned, sprinting. Pow, pow! 2 bullets. Legs gave away. I fell flat, hard. I hit snowy ground. Ma's running. She's wailing, "My boy! My boy!" A policeman holds her back. Another policeman is standing over me, murmuring, "It's a kid. It's a kid." Ma's struggling. She gasps like she can't breathe. She falls to her knees and screams. I can't bear the sound. Sirens wail. Other cops are coming. Did someone call an ambulance? I'm still dead, alone on the field. The policeman closest to me is rubbing his head. In his hand, his gun dangles. The other policeman is watching Ma like she's going to hurt someone. Then he shouts, "Stay back!" People are edging closer, snapping pictures, taking videos with their phones. "Stay back!" The policeman's hand covers his holster. More people come. Some shout. I hear my name. "Jerome! It's Jerome!" Still everyone stays back. Some curse, some cry. Doesn't seem fair. Nobody ever paid me any attention. I skated by, kept my head low, and now I'm famous. And then it shows like a news clipping, and it says, Chicago Tribune, the officer says, "I had no choice." And it says, Jerome Rogers, 12. shot at abandoned Green Street law officer says that he has a gun. And then it starts to go into the story where he was alive and kind of like leads up to it. Again, it's a short book. It's a really quick read. It's a book that you're going to not want to put down, so you'll probably read really quickly. So that's Ghost Boys, if you're interested in that. And these were both in your virtual book speed dating. And the other one is Monday's Not Coming. I love this author. The author is Tiffany Jackson. I'm actually friends with her on Twitter and talk to her a lot about her books. She is known for writing things that make people uncomfortable. And she wrote this book in particular because and this is me just paraphrasing what she said, she talked about, a lot of times if white children go missing, there's billboards and posters and everything, it's on the news. But if a black child goes missing, we don't really hear about it. And so she talks about that indifference and how there's that bias and that double standard. And so this is all a story about a girl named Lydia. I can't remember. It's been a couple years since I've read it. But it's about a girl, and what happens is her best friend named Monday goes missing one day. And her best friend loves school, and so she comes to school, and her friend's not there, and she doesn't understand why. And so it goes back and forth, which I think is kind of cool. It goes from like before, after, when it happened. And so you kind of go back and forth and you get to kind of put the pictures together. If you like suspense and mystery, this is a really good book for you. It is a mature book. Her books are really mature, so she does have like cursing, and it does talk about like sex and things like that. And so I would definitely make sure your parents are okay with it before you read it. But I love anything by Tiffany Jackson. This is probably one of my favorite mysteries. I don't want to ruin it for you. So definitely check out Monday's Not Coming if you're interested in. So that's just our first Read Friday. Hopefully you got something that you're interested in. If not, there's always another Friday, and have a great week.